Hey everybody, welcome back to WineupTV. I'm your host Wayne with John Wadman from Phelps Creek out in Hood River. And when we come back, he's going to tell you about these wines and a little bit more. See you in a second. It's been a while, everybody, and it's a beautiful day. It is May 2nd. Cinco de Mayo is a Saturday, and we're having unprecedented weather right now. And it must be beautiful in Hood River.
It's been gorgeous for the last month.
One question for you.
Sure.
Did you guys get a freeze yesterday or the night before?
Oh.
Did it get cold enough?
No, I don't think not quite cold enough. We've had some frost come in.
That's not a good time.
Yeah.
If you guys have never been to Hood River, it's about 60 miles east of Portland, roughly, right?
Yeah, exactly.
About that. Great little wine country, kind of historic. They've got some beautiful vineyards up there, great wineries up there, and it's very well known for their pear trees and their cherry trees and peach trees. They call it the Fruit Loop, right around there. And it got really cold here, unseasonably cold here a couple days ago. So when all the blossoms are out, you just don't want that frost. All right, so I don't know. This is your show.
So, great.
No,
sure.
no, go ahead. All right, so John, tell us a little bit about your kind of path to working for, and they're all self-distributed here at Phelps Creek.
Yep.
So tell us a little bit about the vineyards and stuff. Your family's lived there for 3 generations now?
Yeah, so my family moved to Hood River to become
How many Jewish
orchardists.
people are in Hood River?
Man, you got maybe 5 families.
Got that temple of 2?
Temple, not even
there
more
not?
even. No,
I don't think
not
there's
even
a temple
more.
over there, right?
I think before my time there.
See?
Yeah, let's get these out.
Right?
Before my time
Shalom.
there, I think there was a rabbi, but no longer.
No Moyle?
No, I think he moved.
He moved out?
He moved,
Because
yeah.
I got no business
let
over
me
here.
caveat that. Nothing bad happened.
Yeah.
He just moved.
God dang, man, that's a trip. That's a trip. All right,
there's
so
no one.
So third generation.
Yep. So I work for the family, the Morris family. Our vineyard is located right on Phelps Creek. So a common misconception is, so are you a Phelps? No, there is no Phelps.
There's a
There
little creek
used
right
to
there.
be a Phelps. There's a creek.
Let's get more specific.
Okay.
Where exactly is Phelps Creek? On what kind of a course?
It's attached to a golf course, which is fantastic.
Hell yeah, it's
So come
fantastic.
in, stop by the tasting room, play the 9. Get this, if it's raining, you play for $5. You can do the full 18 for $5.
That's it.
If it's raining.
Wow.
It rains.
And it snows there in the wintertime, and I've seen it up there when it's all snow. It's
snows.
beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
It's beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
So you guys, I mean, it's for nothing else, just to go to the tasting room and just go hit a bucket of balls or something. It's a lot of fun. All right, a little bit about your wines. Let's talk about, now, you guys make, obviously, the Pinot Gris, Pinot Blancs, Pinot Noirs. You make a plethora of different wines. I happen to taste through your lineup, but I don't want these shows to be too long and boring.
Great.
So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about 4 of your wines.
Fantastic.
Not that the other ones weren't good, but I just thought these really stood out. So
These are standouters.
for those of you who don't like Chardonnay, my challenge to you is buy a bottle of different Chardonnays from every country in the world and then tell me what you know about Chardonnay. So tell us about this Chardonnay right here.
Fantastic. So this is our 2011 Estate Reserve Chardonnay.
There's no dump bucket, so you got to drink.
Oh,
I know, I'm horrible, right?
Rough day. So.
All right, so 2011, it was
2011.
it was a cooler year here in the Willamette Valley.
Yeah.
You guys are protected a little bit east of Portland, but it was still overall a cool vintage.
Yeah, definitely a little bit cooler. We've got 5 acres on the property, 5 acre Chardonnay, 25 acres Pinot Noir. With the Estate Reserve Chardonnay, we age in a second use French oak barrel. It's soft, it's rounded, it's well balanced. That subtle oakiness comes in with a little Meyer lemon citrus note to it, and it's just an absolutely beautiful Chardonnay. And the feedback we hear on it all the time in the tasting room is, you know what, I'm going to skip the Chardonnay because I don't like Chardonnay. And we counter, we say, look, it's a tasting room, there's dump buckets, try something new, revisit something, because every vintage, every winery, every vineyard, everything's different.
Everybody thinks Chardonnay all tastes the same.
Yeah, and this
Crazy
is not
people out there.
This is not a same taste.
No. All right, so you say estate.
Mm-hmm.
How many acres are you talking about for the whole estate?
30 total.
And what's planted?
25 Pinot Noir, 5 Chardonnay, and then less than half an acre of Pinot Gris.
Let me do some math. That's 30 and a half.
Okay, well then there's 30 and a half.
Okay.
Jeez.
Remember, we're Jewish. We like numbers.
Hang on.
We like numbers. All right.
There we go.
Okay, so the only fruit you do buy, though, is you buy a little bit for your Pinot Gris.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
That's
So,
it?
yep, we have a very close relationship with the neighbor vineyard, the Anala Vineyard. We've been working with them for years. They do a fantastic job, and they are even closer to the golf course. Common joke is you overshoot the 9, you're going to hit the grapes.
It's a pitching wedge, folks. That's a pitching wedge. All right, so case production on the reserve Chardonnay, roughly?
Oh, somewhere between 250 and 4. It's a little bit of a range, I know, but just
Okay.
right in there.
All right, cool.
It's great. Small, family-owned, low production, focus on quality.
I like this stuff. That's good juice. I'm going to go home, lay by my pool, so I don't care. I'm having a good time today. All right, next wine. Tell us a little bit about this. I mean, you know, there's no trade secrets here. This is a Pinot Noir Blanc. I think, who the first one in the Willamette Valley did it? Was it Domaine Serene?
Yeah.
Was it them?
Yeah.
And then other people have done it. I know Ghost Hills does a Pinot Noir Blanc.
Yeah.
You guys do. They're really interesting wines. You take a Pinot Noir, red skins, you press off the juice, but there's all these techniques about it, and then you ferment it out. And what I like about it is the color, and I just, you know, you never guess this is a Pinot Noir. I mean, obviously we're used to more fuller-bodied wines that are red when you say Pinot Noir. It's got a really nice, opulent nose on it. And what vintage year is this? This is 2010.
This is 2010.
And this baby right here, this first wine, what's this retail, roughly?
Retail.
The Chardonnay?
29.31, just right in there.
Okay. And then the retail on this is about 60 bucks?
65.
65.
This is a serious wine.
You guys don't
Totally
have this open
serious.
for tasting too often, do you?
No. You know, when it came out, we had it on there for about 2 weeks, just this tiny little window. But it has such a profile on it that it's, you know, it's not tasting flight wine. Absolutely. So the winemaker here.
That's crisp. It's clean.
Her name's Alexandrine Waugh, 4th generation Burgundian vintner. She still owns and operates the family vineyard in Gevrey-Chambertin, Burgundy, called Domaine Marquois, and she makes the commute about 5 times a year to come make wine for us.
Only because they won't let her make this kind of wine in Burgundy, right?
Exactly.
Burgundian
You know,
people.
they're locked into the tradition, and the style will always be the style in the foreseeable future. So this wine back home in France would just be kind of labeled a table wine and kind of set aside and wouldn't get the real spotlight it deserves. It's absolutely beautiful, a lot of complexity, a lot of texture, and totally unique. An absolute celebratory wine.
So she does the rosé, she does this wine, and then she also does what, one Pinot?
Yeah, she does a Pinot Noir for us. Absolutely. And she came on after the International Pinot Noir celebration down in Linfield.
If you guys don't know anything about the International Pinot Noir celebration, it's IPNC, and it's at Linfield College in McMinnville every year. I think it's like $1,000 for the 3-day event. And I have been known to sneak in the back door. I don't get into the salmon bake. I get too baked by the time I get to the salmon bake. So by that time, I'm just done. I want to just go home. But it's a great celebration. Alan Meadows is there from Berghound. You got all these celebrities there. You have several rock star wineries that are represented, and it's just it's a tough ticket to find. And if you can be so lucky to get one, check it out. Yeah, check it out. If you have an extra grand, let me know. Yeah. I'm opening up a wine bar, wine shop. I'm telling you, I need an extra grand right now. So,
and so anyway, Alexandrine and some other French winemakers came over as kind of like a wine cultural attaché, see what's going on with this wine region. Because the climates here are really similar to back there, especially in the gorge. And so they toured around, they looked and they looked, and they came to our vineyard. It's a little bit higher altitude on the west slopes, incredibly scenic. Mount Adams all the way to Mount Hood. Adams in the north, Hood in the south, beautiful, everything. So they set out, they barrel tasted, they explored, they toured, they drank some more, they drank some more.
Oh, gotta
hey,
drink
drink some more.
Yeah,
absolutely. And Bob, the owner, just poses her a little bit of a challenge or an invitation, however you want to remember the facts, and saying, hey, you good enough to do what you do back there out here? And she goes, maybe, very French accent, and Yeah.
And how long has she been doing these wines?
2007 is when she did her first vintage of the Cuvée Alexandrine.
All right, so let's get some reds.
Yeah.
I like some red wine right now. No more wimpy whites. All right. All right, so this is the Cuvée Alexandrine.
Cuvée Alexandrine 2010.
2010 was a great vintage.
Yeah.
Overall, it was opulent. It was big. Not a lot of fruit, but I tell you, it's just one of those.
It's come out nicely.
Yeah. All right. I love the perfuminess of these wines.
Yeah, and the color on that Pinot Noir, just absolutely dark.
It's a lot darker than you'd see. Like good extraction on this wine.
Yeah, beautiful. Totally Burgundian style on this wine. It's got another great profile. She's an absolute talent. Fourth generation. She's only 33 years old, right around there. And what she's doing is getting into our oldest vines as the grapes have set, and she's tasting them, identifying the trait characteristics that she wants to bring forward into her wine.
So your vintage were planted in 1990?
Yep.
And for the first decade, pretty much sold off.
Sold. It was just selling
A couple different
fruit,
wineries, yeah.
Ponzi, King Estate, maybe some went to some other places, but those are the bigs. And then our first vintages were in early 2000.
All right. So you're a relatively new player.
Yeah,
relatively speaking.
definitely.
But, you know, there's a lot of really cool wineries over in the Hood River,
absolutely.
the Columbia Gorge AVA, which there's only two AVAs across state lines. One's Columbia Gorge, and the other one is Walla Walla. In other words, it crosses up into Washington State, so it's beautiful. And I tell you, when you cross that bridge in Hood River to go to Washington State, it's like you're in a completely different country.
Totally different.
Completely different country.
Different, yeah.
All right, I love this wine. It's got great nuances. It's big. It's full-bodied for a Pinot. It's a very masculine wine if you want to put masculinity in with Pinot, which I usually don't. But it's got some great flavors, a little bit of cedar. It's got some nice berry fruit. It's integrated, and it's drinking. You lay this one down for another 2 or 3 years.
Oh, absolutely.
But this is a nice bottle of wine. What's the retail on this, roughly?
Retails, oh man, you're picking my brain here. 46?
All right.
Right in that ballpark?
I don't want to be picking too much out of that thing. All right, so, wow. All right, so, last wine.
Oh,
you guys, yeah, I know, right? Look what I'm making them do.
I have a rough job. Really rough job.
All right, so.
Life is tough.
All you people out there that poo-poo dessert wines, I am a huge dessert wine guy. I love them. Now, there's nothing about a sweet wine I don't like. Well, I don't like the real sweet, cloyingly wines, but most people make wines pretty balanced, you know. I love them.
This is great. Yeah, absolutely.
This is the late harvest Gewürztraminer. They call this the Vin d'Or.
If slight correction in the pronunciation.
Vin d'Or.
Vendore. That's just because the
English.
tastinger manager, big old Frenchie, and every time I say Vendore, he gets after me. No, Von.
Gewürztraminer.
Absolutely lovely. Absolutely.
What's your favorite part of a Gewürztraminer?
Honestly,
not spelling it.
Not spelling. Yeah, that's the toughest part about a Gewürztraminer.
I know,
absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. But just the spice.
The nose, yeah. I love, even a dry Gewürztraminer always has that real floral, orange blossomy kind of nose on it.
Just playful, just a playful nose on it. And what's great about this is, you get wonderful honey aromas. There's this rich fig. This is my favorite dessert wine that we do. And
you should get a couple chicks naked, no time. No time at all. This is good stuff.
And that's what we design wine for. That's
what sells wine.
We're sitting around and we're thinking, guys, what do we want this wine to do?
That's
one
of the descriptors.
That's what we come up.
That's good, naked. Yep. I love it.
We wanted to put it in the mission statement, but it just didn't quite make the cut.
Okay, hours of operation out there, your tasting room.
11 to 5 every day.
7 days a week?
Yep.
Go out there, guys. Go out there early. Do some tasting. Go golfing. Do some more tasting. And have a great... There's microbreweries over there. There's distilleries in Hood River. There's beautiful scenery. And it's the windsurfing capital of America. And it's absolutely beautiful over there. Boz, you got yourself a good friend right here, man.
Boz, big shout out to you.
Right?
Thanks, buddy.
Boz is awesome, dude.
See this.
All right, guys. So when we come back, we'll have some more wines, and you guys can pick up whatever you want. Peace.
Salud.